Article, they had an interview with Nancy Wilson of Heart. And Heart is fucking rad. I don't know if you listen to much Heart, but
I don't think I've heard them.
Heart is, I'm sure you have, like, Barracuda and Crazy
Oh, okay,
on
yeah,
You
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Magic Man. Such good music. We have 2 of their albums we found at record shops, and just, it's so good. Like, you know, you only ever, like, hear Barracuda, which is a great song, but then you hear it's like, this one song called Heartless or something. It's just so good. It's just really good rock and roll.
There we go. This one's particularly obscure because unlike all the other ocean treasures, there are no bubbles for it. I don't know if anyone even tells you to go there. You just have to kind of assume. I have no idea how I found it as a kid.
10. Oh, ultimate weapon. Maximilian, invincible card.
Yay! Let's go slap that shit on.
What's Maximilian?
I believe it's armor. Let's see, raises defense.
What is spirit again?
Speed, I think it's
spirit.
magic defense. Lowers magic defense a little bit. Lowers magic, doesn't matter. Spirit, yeah, Maximilian. There you go. And our old buddy. There we go.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Did it teach you anything?
Doesn't teach it. It teaches flee, which we learned long ago.
You don't need a flee when you got the strongest of weapons.
No, you do not. Now I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll probably just fly into the heart of the storm.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
Yeah.
Chocopo's Paradise, where you don't have to walk and everything's just water slides.
Chocobos have a frighteningly specific idea of paradise.
You, like, never have to walk to the top of the water slide whenever you want to go down again?
Nope. Yeah, I guess we'll fly into this thing. Nothing bad can possibly happen.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's not good.
Just splattering against the windshield.
Yeah, like pigeons. Just the giant windshield wipers sweep them off.
So angry.
It sure builds ships quick.
Well,
Holy crap.
You just have to throw some propellers on
a boat. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I guess when you have so many dragons, you just have to shoot in a direction. And
remember when Sid said he'll put his faith on science?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's paying off now. We have this dragon. We have cannons.
Yeah, have you seen what a cannon does to like a big old swarm of dragons? It's great.
Fucking rips them apart. Hey, show us the final boss. We'll help you out with that too. Well, there was a giant pink orb of death floating above the tree, so...
It was either something really great or terrible, and you just kind of need to be there.
Either way, it was probably going to be end of the world, and you might want to bring all your armaments to the end of the world. Just as a precaution. Ship's going to burst.
Yeah, you're going, but what about us?
Do not fright, your captain is about to enter Valhalla. Holy shit, Beatrix. That's so rad. Don't be worried, your captain's about to go to the raddest place imaginable. He'll spend his days fighting, and his evenings drinking and eating meat. That's all you do in Valhalla. Yeah, no shit. Princess, no offense, but you're a little complicated. You got some baggage.
Yeah.
Right? We all got some baggage. I'm just saying, the sooner you own up to that baggage, the sooner its weight won't seem so burdensome.
I'm just saying, your mom tried to kill you.
And she also forcibly extracted your inner power. That seems like a metaphor for something. Just as the tip's about to enter, Zidane's like, this is my favorite part! What are you talking about, Zidane? You know, like when you open up a jar of peanut butter and you get the... What do you think I was talking about? Nothing. Nothing.
You see the ship going in and out slowly, and Zidane's on the controls all of a sudden.
Alright, let's test out this ultimate weapon.
Nova Dragon.
If you want something to sound badass, just name it Nova something. No idea what Eidolon does. I don't think that's even more powerful than it would have been. Make a flare. Oh! I guess sometimes it does it twice.
Oh.
That's cool. Oh, there you go. Now you're dead. I got the shaky jakes. I got the shaky jakes.
Man, you don't want a case of the shaky jakes.
I wish it had been standing upright like that the whole time.
Dancing.
And dancing, yeah.
Shimming its shoulders.
But it's clearly supposed to be a quadrupedal beast, and so it's standing up and it just looks extra dumb. We did it, guys. That solved the problem, I think. Thanks, Quinna. Thanks for being the one to figure this out somehow.
Yeah.
Guess it's no use worrying. Quinna, you set my mind at ease. Never thought I'd say those words. Never, ever thought I'd say those words. Getting more use out of that shrinking the model to 0 right there. Whoop! I don't know, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we just called you.
No. Maybe you're just hearing things, you little freak. Guys, stop it. No, we all know you're a soulless freak now. Guys. This is what it felt like, Vivi, the whole time? Oh.
Yeah, except I still wasn't the cool one.
Speaking only to you, so maybe don't make a big show of it.
Guys, what's the freak doing? He's just shouting at the sky now. I think he's getting more and more freaky as, you know, time goes on.
Let's try not to upset him too much. You know, I wonder why... I don't know why this just occurred to me, but I wonder why Final Fantasy at some point decided to force a main character into your party.
I don't know.
I mean, you didn't even really get to choose your party until 6. And in 6, you had a whole shitload of people you could make your party from, and it didn't care who you took. But then starting with 7, it's like, no, it's always Cloud. And 8 was Squall, 9 Zidane. I guess 10 let you shift people around. So it was 12. So I guess they only did that for a few games.
Yeah, maybe it was just a sign of the times. Like, maybe just people were really, you know, that's just what... I don't know if other RPGs were doing it because of Square Enix or vice versa, or if other games were just coming out where you played as a main protagonist and they're like, well, people want that experience where they're connected to the main, you know, anchored to the story by this one character.
There's even, for some reason this made me think of Chrono Trigger, and Chrono is forced in your party right up to the point where, spoilers, he dies. But then when you get him back in your party, he doesn't have to be in your party from that point on. So you can just not have Chrono there if you want.
But then you can't do any sweet frog combos.
There are other sweet combos you can do. Game is full of combos.
Yeah, it's so many fucking combos.
Delicious, delicious combos. Put them on your finger, eat them like bugles.
Wow, this place is just building itself, huh?
That's rad. No, I don't want to go back to the Invincible. Let's see. What are you? Oh, okay, that's how we say
Mobs
it.
can't come here.
No.
Not really. I mean,
Should write a book called Infinite Butter. So that people talk about it for a few months, and everyone's like, should I read Infinite Butter? Because everyone's talking about Infinite Butter. What do we got here? Kane's Lance.
Oh, nice.
Rad. There are a bunch of these weapons hidden throughout this area.
Crazy, like, oh, I hope I don't die. It's such a long battle, and we're spending all of our resources, and it's really coming down to the wire, and that's really, tense. But then you get in a fight with just a random enemy, and they're like, roulette, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, wait, this is actually a boss. Now we get to fight the other fiends that we didn't fight before. In their true forms. She's not a sexy lady at all. We meet again. I'm a snack. Yeah, I guess you were one of the Chaos Guardians back in the day. I like to imagine this is the original one, though. Maris.
Yeah.
It's over.
At least now they can do things like probably keep track of portions of games that people are just skipping. And why are people not doing this? Oh, because it's bullshit.
Well, that sucked.
How are we gonna deal with the bullshit? I don't know, put a paywall in front of it. Maybe they can pay to get over the bullshit.
Valve was always very good about that. When they would be playtesting their games, like Half-Life back in the day, they wouldn't just playtest it and look for bugs. They would really look at where are players getting stuck, what are they failing to do, how can we design the game to ensure that they do what we want them to do.
I mean, like game design.
Yeah, actual game design, not just making sure the game... Well, fuck, these days they barely even make sure that the game isn't broken before they ship it. But actually making sure, A, if the game isn't broken, B, it's actually designed.
It's funny that Valve went from being like, this fucking great developer to like going, you know what, look at all the shit out there, no one else cares, let's just stop making games and sell the shit.
Let's just sell hats, and it's working out very well for them. What is Alexandria Castle doing here? This is rad.
I mean, it would be like way cooler than going to the IMAX, right?
Yeah.
If it just re-happened in front of you.
So I think if we did... I'm guessing if we had done things differently so that Quina was with us, but Vivi hadn't been, Vivi would be there right now saying, I don't see anything. But I've never ever done that in such a way that Vivi hasn't come with me, so I can't confirm that. An incident 10 years ago. I think there's a... Here we go. Angel Flute. But we don't have Ico, because why would we have Ico? Why would we possibly have Ico? I feel like among all the restorative items in Final Fantasy, Ethers probably taste the worst. I can't imagine elixirs are very pleasant. Oh yeah, and there are invisible spirits here you can play cards against.
Defense Phantom.
I'm the ghost of the most infamous card master. Nope. Shouldn't go anywhere, there's a storm. Zidane, these can't possibly be... You asshole.
But there is a boat. You see it, right?
Yeah. What is going on? I think Zidane was aboard the Invincible when it fucked up the Summoner's Village. I think. I might be wrong. Can't wait till we get to 10 and there's voice acting.
Yeah. That'll be neat. It'll be neat to hear it, just to hear the quality.
Yeah. And to fill these silences when we're just trying to, read the story. Because audiences are impatient. They gotta have sound and distraction all the time. They can't sit here and read. I think it's probably one reason why most Let's Players don't play older titles.
Because there's, too much not going on.
Yeah. You gotta keep that audience distracted with light and action and sound.
You just have to have one of those, like, like a lot of New Year's Eve toys around, so you can just, like, raise them around. And,
yeah.
Those spinny ones, and you're, like, doing the popper thing over here.
Yelling racial slurs at people.
Do you guys like me yet?
Please like me. Please?
Preemptive strike, get it in the butt.
Sure hope nobody slashes my taut muscular iron butt. Get it? Pumping iron? I'm an Iron Man. Oh, bye. One day. One day. Yeah, I guess Angry Video Game Nerd figured it out before anyone. You mean if I just play a game and then shout at it for 10 minutes, people will like me?
Oh, that shit's spinning fast.
Yeah. Come on, you know you want to walk up into this.
I don't want to walk into an eye door, but I guess.
What you just saw was from your memory, not Garnet's. I feel like they're exploring a theme that should have been explored throughout the entire game.
Yeah. Gaians.
Yeah.
Gaians?
Gayuns.
Always with the 4 pieces. Or 3. Sometimes 5.
I was gonna say sometimes 5. Uh-oh, another boss. Oh shit, this is the real Tiamat. So I guess what we were fighting before, back on the planet, were just, like, jobber versions of each of these. Plenty of ethers, I can just shock this thing to death. And Dr. Haller was rad.
I wish she was just around, like I could just ask questions and get like super straightforward answers.
Like she would just speak very frankly and bluntly about all manner of topics that frankly we should have been spoken to at greater length, but no one else would because of where we grew up. I remember one time she explained how to properly put on a condom. If you're already at a point to where that you might, do well enough to get those, then yeah, go the extra mile and do your best to get those. But don't fucking kill yourself if you're in the middle of the pack, and don't worry if you're in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Because it's high school.
And then all that's really gonna happen is you go to college straight after high school and you're like, I don't like the thing I'm going to college for.
Yeah.
Because who does? But, if you can get to college via high school, then, do it, and you'll at least learn what you don't like. But at the same time, it's like, hey, you know what? You got a lot of life ahead of you, so don't give yourself a fucking ulcer now.
Yeah. Why does this look so familiar? Terra, already an old planet, sought to assimilate Gaia. Terra needed to merge with the younger planet to survive. However, there was already life on Gaia. That's kind of metal.
I like how the moons with their respective planets are just like, well, this is fucked up, man.
Yeah. The moons are like, come on, man. Come on, let's get Terra off of this. So they tried to fuse with Gaia and fucked up, and it just destroyed the civilizations that were already on Terra. And, oops.
The save point kind of looks like a representation of souls sucking up to like a point. Like
Oh,
a
yeah, it
tree or
does.
something.
That's goofy bullshit. What are you doing? It's because you think we're inside an ocean, you dumbass.
Just watching her die.
This Looney Tunes bullshit.
Oh, and then you just fall because your imagination isn't working, or it is working. I don't know.
Episode Tiny Toons, where they get stuck in the one city, and earlier in the episode they learned that the trick to walking on air is to just
Not look down.
acknowledge,
Yeah.
because it's a fucking cartoon.
They just are like, if you just follow the tropes, then you can do it.
Yeah,
Hey, buddy, you want to go in a fight?
yeah. Dares disturb my sleep. Leave at once, or you will die. Don't leave is the best option in any game.
Well, prepare to die. I told you.
Prepare to die, and then just flicks a rubber band at you. Oh, this is unique music.
Sure hope everybody that happens upon this sure wish I didn't pass that save point without saving.
Yeah. Sure glad I got here and... Oh, shit. Like, Hades isn't the fucking battle boots. Hades isn't the deadliest boss in this game, but it's, you know, not a pushover.
I really wish that stealing an equipment item from a boss or an enemy lowered their stats based on what that would give them.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be really cool.
There are certain games that use that mechanic to an extent, but it's not something you see terribly often. Jesus! I don't need reflect rings either, but it's nice to have, I guess. Shit. God damn it.
Just can't flee from that cleave.
Oh, and you still cast on a dead body. Good job. I honestly don't think I'll have time to resurrect him. Unless Hades wastes a turn doing something dumb.
Scratch nose.
That's fine. I'll just keep dropping Kiragas on the party.
How much HP does this guy usually have?
I don't think it's very much. This might be an opportunity. I don't think it's very much. And bosses in this game don't have a lot of HP. I think even Ozma tops out at something like 60 or 70,000. So it's not like other Final Fantasies where the super bosses have millions of HP. Because you don't have any ability in this one like Omnislash or Knights of the Round or Lionheart where you can deal 1 million damage in a turn. Come on. Sneaks down, Kiraga, do it.
Cleave. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, good, I missed. Now you get back to stealing.
do what you do best, Sedan, and steal little bits of pizza and apples and stuff.
And nibble them in dark alleys.
Hey guys, that's not all I can do, alright? Sometimes I can steal those little tinfoil wrappers that burgers come in and eat the cheese off of the paper.
Power and sword. Oh shit. Come on, BB, you can do it. You can kill the space god. Yeah, way to go, Vivi.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, you guys are no joke.
You guys are the real deal.
For real. I'm dead.
They like shook for a minute, stopped, and then kept shaking and disappeared. Like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna die.
Oh, good chunk of experience, too. And a wing edge. And wing edge.
Oh boy.
So if we manage to get this far in 12 hours, we could have Excalibur 2 right now. Bring 2 pumice pieces. I believe I have 2 pumice pieces. Yeah, there we go. Summon the beast from the dark. Why does it sound like a fucking Dio lyric?
Because it's super metal.
Tin armor, but we don't have the hammer.
It has all the trappings of a Dio lyric. It has like beast, dark, and then like, you know, summon is a good flavor one to throw in there.
Let's see. Oh, he can just make ethers. Though at some point I must have purchased them. Phoenix Pinions, got those, and save the queen. Let's just make that for funsies.
I like how it took a javelin.
And silver gloves.
So, but it's a sword. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a great sword that you can't equip. Which I feel like you were supposed to be able to equip it. Unless it has that elemental defense just for Beatrix when she's in your party for a little bit. That makes sense because when she's in your party, you're fighting Mystodons and they use fire.
So it's just a fun.
It's just a
item
fun.
to
Yeah,
get. It's
I
like-
think I think you can throw it,
Oh,
but you can't do anything else with it.
misses.
Yeah.
Throw like.
Oh, that's
God
right.
damn it, Durfbo.
Pumice. Now we can summon Arc. Auto regen. Don't really need level up because I'm running away all the time like a coward. Don't need ability up either. There. Now everyone has haste. All the time.
Everyone's in such a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where I read this, but it was like a comment or something left by some woman. She's like, every man I've ever slept with has had an unread copy of this next to their bed. And I just couldn't help but think, why are you sleeping with these guys?
Oh hey! This thing!
Fuck.
This is a monster in 7!
This
The
thing is-
Stilva! This is the and this is exactly its model, just like up
Nice.
res. This thing teaches you magic breath.
This thing looks like it'd be delicious dumped into a pot of boiling water.
I don't even like crab or lobster. This thing looks delicious. Fucking infinite jest.
Yeah, well, it started off, it was about some guy trying to get into college, and he probably didn't belong there.
Yeah.
And there was all this, like, real, like, you know how Ethel was talking about, like, upper crust, like, fucking rich white person speak?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was
yeah.
a lot of that, and I'm like, man, I bet people feel real good about themselves when they read this. I'm like, Herb, I know exactly what they're saying. Like, the English language can be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And have some cool stuff, but when it's just, like, fucking crazy ass, like,
when
prose just because for...
when it's bent toward pomposity,
Yeah.
then it's just gross.
Like, just say the thing you're
Yeah.
saying.
Feel free to say ain't. Just say ain't.
Yeah.
It is a word. Don't feel like you're low class just because you use it. Fuck it. So guy used to be just one big ocean. There's also all of a sudden just they're acknowledging evolution and the concept of shared genetic memory. And how everything, because like they can all see this, it's all in their memories because they all come from something that existed at that time and has that memory.
I bet Infinite Jest would be a good marker in Soft Boy Bingo.
Probably.
Unread copy of
Probably.
Infinite Jest.
Yeah. I don't understand. It's like I'm on the cusp of some scientific breakthrough, but I'm too stupid to make it. And also, God!
I wish he would say something like that. And he's just like, fuck it. It's just always with the fuck it.
Yeah. There are moments like that in The Origin of Species where Darwin is this close. I'm holding my fingers half an inch apart. from discovering another scientific breakthrough, specifically genetics. You're like, you motherfucker!
You're right there.
How do you get 2?
There's this show called The Good Place, and it's pretty entertaining. It has Ted Danson for one, which just makes it amazing. And it's about this woman who dies and goes to the good place, where like everyone who's racked up enough good points goes. She doesn't belong there. And then she asks Michael, who's like the architect of this particular good place, who's played by Ted Danson. And she's like, so which religion got it right? And he's like going through the religions and being like, well, they got it like 6% right, and they got it like a little bit. And there was this one guy, you know, just saying how this one guy got real stoned one night and guessed like 96% of the real thing. It's amazing. And he has a portrait of the guy up in his office. Just some random dude.
Just some guy.
Who got 96% of the actual, like, whole life, death, afterlife thing correct.
That's one of those concepts that as soon as you said what it was, I went, yes.
It's really funny. Like, it's a really...
Just the fact that's called The Good Place.
I would give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
It has Kristen Bell and Ted Danson.
Remember that airship we fought?
Oh, yeah.
It's actually a mech.
Oh. This is some cool shit.
Transformers! I'm a 30-year-old man, and so I'm going to spend hours of my life defending the things I loved as a child as if to validate that love. And sometimes those things you like when you're younger are good, but man, this is a long summon.
Fuck, wow. It's still happening, huh?
4,000 damage. Oh, there we go, that's good. Just looking at YouTube and realizing how much of it is just people like, I like this thing as a kid.
Yeah. I was listening to this podcast, and it was this guy talking about building a creative business out of, you know, your work, and talking about the types of value that people are willing to pay for. And he says that there's people will pay to feel something, they'll pay to defend something they have, whether it's a belief or a physical object. They'll pay to be included in something. They'll pay to collect something. And they'll pay. There's a fifth one, but I can't really remember right now. But when he's talking about paying, and to learn something, they'll pay to learn something. And he said that when you're making the value of feeling, one of the strongest feelings is nostalgia, and that's why a lot of artists just head straight there. Just go straight there because people fucking love it. And so you just have to do like art or anything that is, you know, like you said, defending the things you liked when you were younger, because then people also feel they're also getting the value of feeling included, which is another value people pay for. So if you're doing nostalgia art, it makes people feel these feelings, and then also feeling like they're recognized and like, yeah, the thing I like is cool. Yeah. And then you just hit a home run, and it's gross.
Very gross.
And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like it works. It sounds like it'd be really great. And if I do find my little niche in that doesn't feel gross doing it, I'll do it. But
certainly. There is merit to mining your inspirations. But I think you have to look at it from that angle. It's not just, this is a thing I liked as a kid.
Yeah. Like, I know people like Game Boy, so let me just do really cool art of Game Boy.
People like Game Boy and Sonic and Transformers. Like we were talking about last night, like how much of our personal fetishes are inspired by John Frick Felucci, Jessica Rabbit, and Elvira. It is worth going back and inspecting the things that inspired the person that you currently are, but then taking that and letting it propel you forward. Like, if you look back at the Transformers movie and go, that movie, for being just a 2-hour cartoon commercial, like, actually does work as a movie, and you go, well, what is it about that works, as opposed to something similar to it that does not work? Like, people don't have that same nostalgia for the G.I. Joe movie.
Forgot all about that movie.
Yeah, there was
there we go.
Yeah, there was a G.I. Joe cartoon movie, but no one ever really gives a shit about it. The only thing they ever say about it is there's a moment where Duke gets killed when fucking someone throws a spear through his heart, and it cuts away, and they say, Duke's in a coma! Because, the Transformers movie had come out like a year or two earlier, and when Optimus Prime had died, all the kiddos were sad. And so they're like, oh, don't fucking kill a protagonist. Don't do that.
Kids will get so sad. And then how are you gonna do that sequel?
Like, what I should do is I should get a degree in nutrition and then find a hook for a book that I know will just draw on those people. Like the coffee diet. And what it is it's just a general like good eating plan, but I just add a cup of coffee to the end of each thing. So it's like, here's a healthy sandwich. It's like the whole grain bread, lean meat, a lean cheese, a low-cal spread or something for it. Some veggies you can put on, plus 1 cup of coffee.
Just like this particular roast of coffee goes especially good with the arugula and...
Yeah.
Ultimately, tears my eyes.
Well, that sucks, Garland. Looks like you failed.
And then in that vein of people will pay to defend something, that value, it's like, yeah, people do like when other people, defend the thing that they believe in, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll pay that.
So back in the day, by the day, I mean 2000, my buddy and I were curious because we had all this, but this was empty, and we're like, where? There must be something that goes here, because everyone's list gets completely full. And then I was just going through this area leveling up, and I happened to run over here.
It's just there?
And I went, and that popped up, and like, what the fuck? Mesa Zeus.
What?
Like, what the hell is that? And I go into here, and you get Doomsday.
Like, what is it doing there in the corner? Someone just dropped the Mace of Zeus in that one corner?
Yeah, causes shadow damage to all targets. So that includes your party.
Oh.
But at this point, we have... That reduces shadow damage by 100%. Let's see, does he have anything for shadow? I don't think he has anything equipped, but I can find something. Just for the sake of using it once. Here's a shadow element. Ice, holy combat. I know he has something for shadow, come on. Absorb shadow. Lowers defense, but whatever. Light robe. Raises holy shadow attack. I'll just give her an egoist armlet. I think I have another one. Or I do not. Reduced by 50%, that's good. Power vest. Oh wait, I got something. Didn't I? Yeah, I got dark gear. Raises spirit.
He's got
absorb shadow, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
So yeah.
Fast.
And when you go to fight Ozma, it often casts Doomsday on you, which is very, very painful. But those creatures that we found, those friendly ones, they want ore or topaz or anything like that. If you find all of them and give them all the items they want, when you go to fight Ozma, it will lose its ability to absorb shadow. So when it casts Doomsday, it will just hurt itself. Oh fuck, it's the real Lich. Wait, you look just like the other one.
Yeah, that was me.
It was me all along, Austin. Oh shit. Oh, cool. There is jump. There we go. Doomsday. Yeah, that's
Let's see what this.
that's not what you usually want to see, but
Unless it's like Cupcake Party.
yeah,
then
cupcake party on everybody.
So this could be good. I like this.
Please miss. I like that if you have the menu up at that moment, you don't even see the HP drop. You just see it go from full to 0. Here I go! So it's like Meteor, just beefed up.
More chunks.
More chunks
attached
so it
to
doesn't burn up in the atmosphere.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ, Fifi. Cool it a bit.
Oh. Whoops.
But I absorb dark.
I don't understand.
What? What?
Oh no.
Come on, BB, kill this thing. Damn it. You know what? I just realized I was looking up the wrong boss earlier. I thought we were fighting the Lich in the Earth Shrine, but we weren't. We were fighting something else. And so when I looked up Final Fantasy IX Lich, it gave me this guy's stats. Which is why I was like, this can't be right. It says it has 55,000 HP.
Oh, when it was just...
It was probably just like 10 to 15,000, so we probably could have saved that dark matter. Oh well.
Live and learn.
Right? Live after midnight and learn. After midnight. Learning after midnight isn't as impressive a song.
It's like what the Kids Bob version of it is,
Yeah.
when it's trying to teach kids how you should be studying before finals. Instead of drinking and having fun.
but then they have to turn around because, cramming late at night doesn't actually help, and so it's like learning before midnight.
Learning before midnight. Walking to the dorm. Learning in the morning.
That's a norm! The norm!
I hit the books at 1 a.m.
Learning! I'm glad we are in sync with this. I hit the books at 1 p.m.
Oh yeah, 1 p.m.
Yeah.
I take a nap, then I start again.
Learning! Jesus Christ, why does it write itself?
I don't know.
Should we just write that and go to Kids Bop?
Hey Kids Bop, you want some educational, like children-friendly covers of 80s metal songs?
This is weird because you do have to walk forward.
Don't look down, Zidane.
Don't look down. Oh, actually, I completely forget the name of the rabbits from Tiny Toons.
Buster.
Buster and...
Babs?
Buster and Babs, no relation. What the fuck is this thing doing out here in this nebulous void?
I want to watch Tiny Toons again and see if
It's
it's
a good show,
Yeah,
actually.
I bet there's some good jokes that I wouldn't have gotten as a kid.
I think it is one of those shows that has a certain bent of mature humor to it. And for fuck's sake, it was produced by Steven Spielberg.
Oh, wow.
He just loved old cartoons. It was like, what if we do that again for kids, but make it good? You have entered a new realm. There are no more worlds. There is no more space. There are only bananas.
Don't ask why.
I forgot that we turned into lunatics last night. Everything were bananas.
It's me, Steiner the Banana. It's just this static JPEG of Steiner, somehow also banana, floating around. He's like, now we're here.
Do not limit memory to just one individual's experience from birth. As only Wait, did Assassin's Creed rip off Final Fantasy IX? Every life born into this world, whether natural or artificial, requires a parent. That parent also requires a parent. Life is connected one to another. Yeah, that's the unbroken chain of descent. There exists one source. Yeah, that's the origin of species. Well, this part is just pseudoscience, but it's fantasy, so we'll go with it. Sometimes you go back a few hundred years and your ancestor was an Arabian assassin. Then you go forward a couple hundred years and he's an Italian. And that guy's a lot more popular, so we spend three games with him instead of one. And you immediately see that Ubisoft doesn't actually care about the integrity of their series. Never mind that right now. Ooh, the crystal.
Crystal?
It's been a while. And in fact, the back of Final Fantasy IX, the back of its case says, the crystal has returned. Which, when this was released... Okay, Final Fantasy I had crystals. So, for that to make sense, you would have had to go back and play Final Fantasy I.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what's the crystal? Because 6 didn't have them, 7 and 8 didn't have them. 4 and 5 had them, obviously. But I guess you could have played 4, actually. I forget about 4. It was released here.
Is this Garland doing his final good person thing before
I think
fading
so,
away?
yeah. So now we can forgive Garland for dropping a hydrogen bomb on Alexandria. Oh, shit. It's time for us to find out the truth. Wait, the big truth or the little truth? Kuja, what are you doing? Put that crystal away. Surprised you beat the 4 chaoses that I created from the crystal's memory. Oh shit, they were the ones from Final Fantasy 1.
So, because it was just
Yeah.
from the memory of the crystal.
Yeah.
He just dug up their old files and executed them.
Exactly. Chaos.exe.
Yeah.
Merilith.exe. Isn't it beautiful?
He's just summoning creatures
Yeah.
and bosses from previous games.
That would be rad.
They're all in here within the crystal.
I mean, you could say that the creatures you've been fighting are supposed to be that, but these are the monsters you generally fight at the end of Final Fantasy anyway. Specifically, Iron Giants, Ahriman, and Behemoth. The Stilva is the only one that I don't remember appearing anywhere but Final Fantasy VII. So that one potentially could be a specific callback. This assimilation by terror has begun in the life tree. Ifa tree. Whatever, fuck it. The big one will incite a cataclysmic destruction of Gaia. It's all over for you and your friends. See? We'll just get new wood and build new shanties, and it'll be fine, trust me. Everyone's already rebuilding anyway, it won't be that much different.
And I'm getting kind of bored of this place. I've seen it all in the last couple weeks. I didn't think I'd see the whole world for the rest of my life, and here I am. Saw everything. I'm bored.
Saw literally every corner of every continent. You know what? A new continent would be a nice change of pace. That pillar.png back there.
Just shaking its way down.
Thus continuing the tradition of nebulous voids. What the fuck?
Oh.
What are you? Wait, you're not Death Gaze, are you?
Oh, death guys.
Sweet. This is gonna be the one that hits. Okay, so yeah, if it breaks up in the Jesus!
So it does have
Why
a
did
chance
you
to break up?
That seems to be the way, yeah. Why did it do so much damage to her, though? I wonder if that kanji is saying anything.
It's just saying Final Fantasy IX
Yeah.
somehow. It's just like Final Fantasy IX, or just a bunch of nines. 9.
How did they beat Death, guys? I pulled him straight from Final Fantasy VI. Now fight this Hydra. Now fight Ultimecia. Now fight Guard Scorpion. Attack while its tail's up. 0 experience,
Nothing.
0 AP. But
Hey,
Gil?
but a wing edge.
A wing edge makes sense. You can throw that if for some reason you brought what's his name, Turfbow, into the party. Oh, okay. You know what? You know what?
Yeah, it's like why? Why?
Like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Unless he's like, oh, now you gotta fight something else.
Just take a nap in
Yeah.
the middle of this super crazy moment.
Wait a minute, Kuja, I just gotta go get a little nap in. Just like 30 minutes. So man, sometimes I will get like a 10 or 15 minute nap on the bus after work. And it's incredible.
That's the best.
Like, I'll be leaving work and I'll be just mentally worn out. Like, my body's just wanted to... Because, you know, I don't do a lot during the day, and so my brain is in a constant state of like, why aren't you going to sleep? You're not doing anything, just take a nap. And so mentally, I don't want to do shit, but I get that 10-minute nap on the bus, and my body's like, there you go.
Now you got it.
Yeah, and then I get home, it's like, I'm ready to work out. Or do anything. Thank you, 10-minute nap.
It makes that bus ride go by quick.
Yeah, holy shit, look at this one. Can't believe you beat Death, guys. Also, take a moment to appreciate where we're standing, Jesus.
The view from up here is great.
Yeah. Well, my time is almost up. Time to die.
So,
One last pelvic thrust.
As all bosses ought to do.
if you're like a bad guy and you're dying, you should do one last really creepy, weird thing so they'll always remember that.
You just pop yourself in the creepy dad pose.
Yeah. Why did he do that? What do you think it meant?
Oh, that's all you had?
Ouch, that hurts. Even that guy's really hurting me right now. I thought he was the doofy one.
Hold on. Hold on, I got it. This music sounds like a callback to something. It reminds me somewhat of the music during the Ultimisia boss fight. Specifically when we were fighting, this could be bad. Specifically when we were fighting Griever. Yep.
Flare!
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Didn't realize he had that going on.
At least Flare's single target. Unfortunately, that single target was Dagger. Wonderful. Fucking wonderful. Shit.
Well,
Maybe he has very little HP.
ow, my balls.
My cake balls. At least we have a good pile of elixirs going on.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Really?
Is this just how he counters?
It's...
Yeah, there's no point in letting the animation play out.